Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently 15 direct vassals above our vassal limit. I feel like we need to do something about that. So let's go ahead and zoom on in over here if we can. And yeah, it was over here that we needed to do some work. So honestly, we're just going to transfer most of these vassals over into the respective kingdoms that are near them. So we're going to grant this vassal here and this one as well. Cool. And then over this way, we're going to grant these. Well, this one really needs to go into Poland. So we'll go ahead and grant that off. Excellent. And then these two over here, they definitely go into Croatia. So we'll go ahead and do that as well. So, I mean, that does help. No doubt about that. And that's all we can do there. So we're still 10 direct vassals above our limit. So what can we do about that? That is definitely something I'd like to spend a little bit of time looking into. There's a county over here that should definitely go to this gentleman. He's the guy who conquered it anyway. So there we go. That's 10% of them. Sure. What else can we do? I mean, there's this county. Okay, cool. Once again, that gets moved into the nearby kingdom. Perfect. That's controlled by the kingdom as well. What others might there be? Oh, there's still this duchy here. That's independent. Never mind. The duchy doesn't count. Now, I wouldn't necessarily mind combining together Lower Silesia and Milcenia here. Lower Silesia actually did rebel, so we can revoke that title, although they also hold Bohemia. That's okay. There's not much there. So we're going to revoke that title. Excellent. And we are also going to revoke... Well, can we get away with this? This would be an act of tyranny at this point, because we already punished her crime. We'll do it anyway. Excellent. Okay, and then we're going to grant all of that over to Milcenia here. I'd like this to be a little bit more powerful. So we're going to grant the recent titles of the Khanate of Silesia together with all of this. There we go. We're also going to grant the Khanate of Bohemia and this county, the county of Praha. There we go. Cool. And now we should be able to grant vassals to rightful liege. And indeed we can. Cool. And there are still a couple over here. So Milcenia needs to also get this guy. And also, we want to move this duke in. Cool. There we go. So we'll do something along those lines. That did generate us 20 tyranny, so we'll have to be a little bit cautious about that. But that's okay. So that puts us at 7 direct vassals. I do see an earldom over here that really needs to be moved into England. There we go. So that puts us at 6. Cool. We may need to do a couple more combinations, and this over here would be a good target. Unfortunately, neither of these rebelled against us. This guy did. So we're going to revoke his title of the Khanate of Upland. We're going to move that in over here. Fantastic. We'll grant that over. There we go. And these need to go as well. So we'll grant in this duchy. And we'll grant in this guy. Perfect. Now there's also the Duchy of Visby. That one also needs to go in here. There we go. So that puts us at 5 direct vassals above. That is some fantastic progress there. I want to find a couple more. And these Khanates over here are probably decent options. Except we can't revoke that. Okay. So that's not an option because they're at war right now. Let's just look for additional Khanates over here. Actually, this guy would work. We can revoke his Khanate. He does have 2 Khanates. but that's okay. Well, no, that's not okay. If he's already got the 2 Khanates, we would develop additional tyranny for that. I don't want to do that at this exact moment. So what about this guy? Yeah, this would work. We can move him in with either of these. In fact, we'll go with this one. There you go. And we'll demand your conversion while we're at it. 43% may or may not accept. That's fine. Cool. So we're now 4 direct vassals above the limit. Lots of cons out over here to be combined together. And that is actually a good thing. This guy could potentially be revoked, although we don't actually have a title revocation reason on him. So let's just look for somebody that we do have a title revocation reason on. None of these. Okay. Maybe this guy. Yes, we have a title revocation reason on this guy. He does already have 2 Khanates, though. So that would not actually end up working. Hello, pause menu. What about this guy? This would work. We'll revoke that. And that is going to end up moving into, like, this guy, although he rebelled. So we're going to actually give it to this guy. Beautiful. Now, there are a number of little vassals out here that will need to be granted out. Can we send them to rightful lieges? Yes. And we're going to do exactly that. Perfect. So there's rightful lieges. And that puts us at 3 direct vassals above. I'd love to find somebody up over here. Break up one of these. Actually, we have a title revocation reason on this guy. He would still have the county, but that's okay. That does move us up in the stress, but that's fine. We're going to grant that over to this gentleman. Everything goes with. Cool. And then we'll send out vassals to rightful liege. There we go. And that puts us at 4. So there's 1 out there somewhere. Actually, there's 2 out there somewhere that we're not anywhere close to adhering to de jure lines. 1 up over here. So we're going to move that into this kingdom. And where is that second one? There should be one other. I have no idea where their holding would be. Here it is. Cool. So that will move into this area right here. There we go. So that puts us 2 direct vassals above. The Khan of Vladimir. We're going to revoke his title as well. He does have the Earldom of Berkshire. That's fine. We don't really care about that. And we're going to grant that off probably to White Rus over here. Like so. Beautiful. And then we'll transfer some vassals to their rightful lieges. There. Okay. 2 direct vassals. I feel like there's 1 other. Yeah. This guy needs to be moved into England now. So we'll grant that. Not grant titles. We will grant vassal. There we go. 1 vassal above our limit. Okay. So, what do we want to do with that? I feel like there's definitely some opportunity, like, over here for combinations. They didn't rebel. Okay. This guy did. And this guy didn't. That seems like a combination to me, except that he's at war. We already looked at him. Right. These 2 would be a good combination as well. If they didn't hold... Well, yeah, they're at war. Sad. Very sad indeed. No rebellion there. And we don't really expect a rebellion over here. So that's fine. We just need to find 1 more vassal that we can get rid of. And would it be like this guy? No, it would not. This guy. Beautiful. There we go. And we're going to grant that over to this gentleman. They're not exactly adjacent, but it's fine. There we go. And we're going to grant him the vassals as well. There we go. Now they are technically adjacent. Cool. And just like that, we're at our vassal limit. It's quite a process. No doubt about it. I would like to attack these guys again, and we could just become profligate. That's fine. It would reduce our monthly income. We're actually just going to seek solace in our journal, and that'll be okay. Matriculations will be done in 17 years, so we've got lots of time on that front. How's our truce with the Byzantines looking? I don't think it's going to be quite up yet, but it's going to be pretty soon. Let's see. Byzantine Empire. I know you're in here somewhere, Byzantines. We have a lot of truces. Must have passed them. Where are they? I wish you could see it from the diplomacy screen like you can in like Europa. That would be nice. There it is. 6 more months. That's not too bad. But we do want to take out some of these little guys over here. Like this duchy, we could definitely take immediately. Our vassal is already working on that. So we'll leave that be for the moment. These guys have 22,000 troops, and they are attacking Jerusalem and winning right now. But if we were to declare war on them, we have the Duke's claims up here, which would be on this duchy up here. He actually has a lot of claims. He actually has a claim on almost the entire country. But we can't actually put him in charge. Sad. So we could do something along the lines of a de jure duchy. All of these duchies are de jure ours. I think we'll go for this one. That'll be fine. So we'll go ahead and declare that. And we will put our rally point right around here. We know that we need like 22,000 troops. We'll raise... Actually, I don't want to raise all. We will raise our men-at-arms, and we're going to raise our levy troops separately. Excellent. She wants gold to convert. Yes, that is fine. Absolutely. Take the gold. Beautiful. I want to double check that we're on absolute crown authority. We are, so that's fine. Enemy ally joins war. That's okay. We don't care. They have a total of 27,000 troops. Not frightening. Not frightening at all. So we have 3 months until our men-at-arms show up. That's fine. We're going to raise around 30,000 here. Well, actually, no. We're going to raise a few more than that. And we're above our vassal limit. And I don't know where that came in at. We should probably try to find it. Maybe on this border? No. Wait. No, that's not us. Maybe over here? Nope. Maybe up over this way. I have no idea. We have... Apparently Poland holds that. Interesting. Well, regardless, we got a vassal that we weren't wanting to have. And I don't know where they are. And there's not really a fantastic way to find them. In my opinion. Which does make me a little bit sad. I've probably scrolled over it here. I just don't know where it is. Okay, so we have 32,000 troops here. I'm not too concerned about being one vassal above our limit. That's not a big deal. We're going to raise up 40,000. There we go. And we're going to split off some 10,000 of those. These guys are going to head down over here. And these guys are going to remain exactly where they're at. Until the men-at-arms show up here in a month. Beautiful. So the men-at-arms will show up eventually. We don't know where their primary army is. Maybe in Jerusalem? No, they don't appear to be in Jerusalem. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, we don't know where their primary army is, so that's fine. These guys, they are, of course, going to split off their bombards. The rest of these are going to move down over to here. These lads group together. And we're going to put in a siege commander. Where might we find a siege commander here? Here's one. Fantastic. And we're going to head down and immediately begin our sieges. Should not be too much of a problem. At all. Yeah, I think I prefer that. Where we zoom in at, like, this, and then it goes back into the top down as you zoom out. I mean, it's not... It does that by default a little bit, but it doesn't go as far as it could, right? And, of course, we don't necessarily want it to rotate. But I kind of prefer it when it is at this point, when you're zoomed all the way in, as opposed to it being at this point. I don't know, it's just a preference thing. It doesn't really make a difference. I just think it's kind of nice. But that's not the way the game works, and that's okay. By the way, I'm currently attempting to stop making some form of criticism of mechanics of the game, because I've not played the newest version of it, and some of these criticisms may be fixed. That I was just talking about wasn't really a criticism per se, but things like talking about siege values and such like that, those things might be fixed in the newest version of the game. I have not played it, so we'll see how much Royal Court actually changes that. I'm looking forward to playing with Royal Court. That's going to be interesting for sure. But for now, we need to finish this off, and of course we've only got like 84 years left, so it won't be too much longer. It is a nice herd, but it could be larger. And it is. Fantastic. So for now, we're just going to continue sieging down over here. And their troops are just kind of MIA, so that's why we spread out our battle force, and we're just kind of chilling and holding the supplies. Until we see an actual enemy army, anyway. So that'll be fine. I mean, our bombards are going to make quick work of these forts. No doubt about that. And I'm just checking over here. Yeah, 11 years there and 18 years on Machicolations. Sure. I mean, Royal Armory is also very good. As is Cranes. All of that is going to be very important. So that's definitely something that we need to consider there. We can call dynasty members, and we can't hand out any de jure vassals, which is sad. I was kind of hoping that this one direct vassal that popped in would, in fact, count as a de jure vassal, but no, he did not. And, in fact, they never do, because that's not the way that system works. So, here we are. I don't know where they conquered, but we do need to move our siege force, and we can kind of look around for it while we're fighting this war. This is not a particularly complicated war, so that'll be fine. It's not down in Africa. We've barely moved into Africa. We do need to attack Navarra at some point soon. I don't like having them there. I do think that's where our Holy War is going to go. And I just want to continue checking around here. I often check near these borders, but they don't appear to be there. We have a new stewardship lifestyle perk available, and we're going to grab, I think, Honored to Serve. There we go. Excellent. How's the siege going? Oh, they actually have troops on the way in. Okay. Good thing I moved over and checked. We may actually have to walk away here. Yes, we have to walk away here. We're going to have these guys go up and siege over here instead. And we're going to move in our combat force. We'll have them group up. And we're going to come in and fight their main army. Now that their main army has arrived, we can do that. So in we go. We'll arrive there in 33 days. And this war actually requires some attention to be paid to it now. Cool. So, I mean, our bombards do make very quick work of these forts. There's no doubt about that. We're 34% war score. And we're going to grab this barony next. They are actually trying to run away, but they're going to turn around and come back in here. Hilarious. I don't know why they do this. Like, the AI is very strange about that. Maybe that's something that they fixed, because I know that they said something in one of the dev diaries that they were working on the decision-making of the AI. So that's hopefully something that they did, in fact, work on, or are working on. Again, my knowledge of this game is now slightly out of date, and this game is also slightly out of date, like this playthrough of it. So, there's that. So these guys are victorious, of course, and we're going to move up over this way. And we will be starting a Royal Court playthrough once this one is done. We just need to burn through these last 40-some years. And that won't be too bad in theory. I'm going to have these guys come up here. I'd like to continue to fight this force. Slow sieging this is not very useful, so that's fine. We're actually going to catch this force, which is hilarious. I don't know why they're going to let us do that, but okay. The war is actually over. So we will go ahead and enforce our demands, so be it, and disband our troops. We're going to grant this off to our non-son employer. And our brother is fine. Okay. So all of these guys, they are immediately going to be moved into this Khanate. Which I actually think needs to be revoked. Oh, he has Thessalonica as well. Okay, in that case, then we might want to just grant this over. I was going to combine those together, but it's... because he has Thessalonica as well, that's not really going to be a thing. Okay. So that puts us back to one direct vassal above. Cool. So that is fine. I would very much like to find one direct vassal. I mean, we could go into our vassal list here. Unfortunately, this is not a very good way of doing this. Like, we can check through here. This guy is in our territory. Yes. We're looking for non-cons. We have a lot of cons. There's no doubt about that. Okay, so I think at this point it's all going to be cons. Yeah. So let's go back down over here and... yeah, that's not even a proper vassal that counts towards the vassal cap. Yeah, that's not ideal. Mayors, that's a con, that's a baroness there. Yeah. This is going to be complicated to locate. I may want to do this off camera. We'll see. It is about time, maybe slightly early, but it is about time to put a cut in here, and I feel like we're at a reasonable stopping point, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to look to do a little more cleanup over here, although maybe we'll just go ahead and attack Navarra, get that holy war out of the way. That would be, I think, a nice thing to do, so hopefully we can have that happen. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.